And he's on the verge of becoming the greatest British Formula One driver of all time. The amazing Lewis Hamilton. Come on out, Lewis. Great to have you back, Lewis. Great to have you back. Have you met these guys backstage? Hey, congratulations in order to Lewis Hamilton. I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you follow Formula One, you'll know that he is the leader currently in the Formula One World Championships. Now, you're 263 points at the moment, 7 race wins.
Yep,
that's right. You won your last one just a few days ago, didn't you, in Singapore?
Wow.
Amazing Grand Prix. So are you still on a high from that? Do you get, or is it all reserved until the very end when you know whether you come out on top?
Not really. I mean, you're always on a high. I mean, it's the greatest job in the world for me, I feel.
Dangerous, isn't it? It's a bit
I
dangerous.
like dangerous things, so...
Wow. I mean,
Firstly, guys, I've got to say, I'm honoured to be on stage.
Lewis,
this guy is incredible.
they should pay you more, and you should get another pair of pants.
I might have to... You can manage me.
You would think he could afford to cover all the leg, wouldn't you, Mel? Yeah, that's what
I like my knees, man. I like my knees.
Then let's talk about this Singapore Grand Prix, because this was... well, you can maybe talk to... You started in the 5th position.
Yeah.
Right? That's where you are before the race starts. And often in Formula One, where you start, that's where you finish.
Yeah.
You know, it's very hard. I mean, it's very hard to get up through those, isn't it? You've got to go... And yet, and especially on that track, as I understand it, that's a tough track to overtake.
Yeah, it's one of the tough... It's a street circuit, so one of the toughest tracks to overtake.
And that's kind of one of the criticisms people sometimes level at Formula One, isn't it? They say, you know, so you're in first place.
Even I criticise it.
Well, you've had a lot of races where you start in first and you finish in first.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, why bother watching? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like...
I did. I grew up watching Formula One, so I used to actually wake up, watch the start, go to sleep, and then wake up and hopefully see the end.
At the end.
Sometimes, yeah, particularly in the Ferrari period when they were dominating for a long, long period of time. So I do understand it if people have done that.
When you're about to drive, and I have some experience of this, you rev up. Well, because I play a game called Mario Kart. And before you start, you rev it up, but you have to do it not too much, or else you burns out, doesn't it? Have you done that on Mario Kart, where you don't get the extra?
Yeah, I still play Mario Kart today.
Yeah. Which cell do you like to drop behind you, red or green?
The red one.
Of course, it's the red one.
But you know, the red one doesn't go backwards; it goes forwards.
You can send it backwards if you press the controller down.
Damn it, that's where I missed it.
I wish I hadn't told you that, 'cause I was just about to challenge you to a match.
Yeah,
well, I feel we've done all we can with this interview. Now we've discussed that. OK, so let me get the facts right. You're now 28 points ahead of Sebastian Vettel.
Yeah.
He's your closest rival. There's no love lost between the two of you, it seems.
No, not really. I mean, ultimately, I think it's important to respect the people that you're competing with, and you know, he's an incredible athlete and truly one of the best drivers we've seen in the sport. So. But it is great to have seen some of the weaknesses come through this year, and I'm grateful for the one of recent.
Yeah.
And
so you're there to win no matter what. I mean, not no matter what, but I mean, you know, you.
No, I want to win because you want to win because you're the best. You've worked hardest to do so. So that's the goal.
So who do you see as the main threat to your?
Sebastian.
So it is Sebastian.
Yeah.
Now, who's the new guy on your team? Who's the guy you're racing with?
Valtteri, Finnish guy.
Now he's on your team, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't even seem to like him.
What do you mean?
I'll be honest with you, that body language is tense. I mean, that is awkward.
Well, it's an unusual scenario in Formula One because you're in a team and you're supposed to be teammates. However, there's two championships. So there's one championship of the drivers won, you want to win, and the other guy wants to stab you in the back if anything.
So you're working together and you're working against each other.
So you're in conflict a lot of the time, but as long as you keep a respect...
Sounds like Hollywood.
As long as you have respect, it's good, you know, and he wants to win the right way and vice versa. So that's why we get on as well as we do.
Yeah. Who is the... I don't know what the technical term in Formula One is, but who is the biggest arsehole? I think that's the phrase.
That's a good question.
There's so many, he can't even choose one.
Very good.
There's quite a few. Who would you say? You watch, don't you? Occasionally?
Oh, I would say...
Probably a German.
Yeah. Now, here's something I don't get to say often enough. You have a very strong neck. You need, guys, did you know this? You need a super strong neck.
I had no idea. Why?
Well, ask Lewis. Lewis, why do you need such a strong neck?
Why do you need a strong neck to race your car?
Well, it's not what he would be insinuating. It's,
What was I insinuating?
but no, you...
Why would you think there's an insinuation?
Because, you know, he always reverses sex.
He always,
That's
always
right,
comes-
he does revert
he
to
always
sex.
comes back.
Sex.
Circles back.
Question about Formula One.
You circle back on
No matter
that,
what it
circle
is, you
back on
come
that.
back.
Always
to-
come back. Always come back.
Okay, so, but you need it for the G-force, don't you? For
Well, I mean, we were like jockeys, kind of, but there's a lot of G-force in our car, and so it's really about having core stability and yeah, your neck. Basically, when you go through these corners, you pull 5 to 6 times your body weight.
So you can feel it.
So yeah,
right?
when
I
you
mean,
turn, it's like yeah, something's sitting on you. It's crazy. So you don't have to. I mean, you get accustomed to it, you know, and you work towards it.
I
You
just want
can
you.
get accustomed to 5 or 6 people sitting on you. Also, it does give you strong neck muscles.
I know it does.
And the jaw.
Okay.
The jaw, Mel.
Oh, and I'm the one talking about sex. all
I
the
circled
time.
back on you. How'd you like it?
Now, here's the thing. I've spoken to you a few times over the years, and currently, and if this is too personal, please tell me, but you're single again at the moment.
I am.
You're a single guy. Now, are you involved with him at the moment, or are you... Because there's gossip and rumours out there?
Yeah, there always is. No, honestly, just super focused. Of course, occasional date here and there, but just trying to win the championship. I have a lot of projects that I'm working on as well.
There's a very good chance, and I know you're hopeful that you will win. Grand Prix
I'm not
this year, you will
hopeful.
win.
I'm working towards it.
You're working towards it.
Just going to work towards it.
And yet, how old are you now?
32.
And so often people retire even younger than you are right now. I mean, people...
Not too often. Oh, well, someone did, but
Yeah.
not too often. I mean, you try and go as long as you can.
And
It's
so-
not it's not a sport you can go back to, you know.
No,
so.
but it's something as well. I guess you have to choose the right time to step out because you
Yeah, I
know
think
the
so.
reaction times you need and the strength you need.
the neck.
Yeah, the neck. Is, once that
neck,
goes,
you
the
gotta
neck
have
goes,
the
the
neck
rest will follow.
Exactly.
What are your plans in terms of? Do you have a game plan? Do you have a? Because I get the feeling you're a fairly thoughtful young man when it comes to planning things out and knowing what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I'd say he's brave. I wouldn't say thoughtful. Look at his jacket and his pants.
Yeah.
But he's brave. I mean, he's courageous.
Yeah.
He's, you know.
But you don't want to see someone going on too long.
Well, you don't
I mean,
want to see
look,
somebody dressed like that every day
okay.
either.
But you see, look, no, but I have...
You know what I'm saying? Because Mel, you can still do comedy at 91, as you have proved.
I can't be racing. You still
Yeah,
drive?
but-
You still drive?
I do.
You still drive?
I actually have you would like a Porsche Macan.
No.
A Porsche Macan turbojet.
Where do you live?
I live in California.
Okay, I'm never driving there again.
Yeah.
Just 'cause he's on the road. No, but I do. Every year, I'm always assessing kind of the plan and
where you should be.
yeah. Well, you know, if you look at all the Formula 1 drivers in the past, you know, generally they stop and you know, when you're in Formula 1, you're in the spotlight, you're at the top of the world, and then it's kind of downhill kind of from there on. You know, you don't earn the same money. There's not a huge amount of opportunities because you've been in that world for so long. I've been there since I was 8. So, but me at the moment, these past 5-6 years, I've really been trying to work on what I enjoy outside of the sport, so that when I stop and I can walk away and have other things to go.
But you have no plans to retire at the moment, of course.
No. I mean, there's been talks about it, and I definitely have thought about it. And there's definitely times where I've thought, you know, there's other things I want to do. But then we're in the heat of this battle right now. I'm loving it more than ever. You know, the training, all the work that you put into something, and then you get to really show your abilities. It's the greatest feeling ever. So, like, I'm going to keep going for as long as I can and see what we can do.
Yeah. That's why you're number one. Lewis Hamilton, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck the rest of the season.